Hi, it's Steve. In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the defrost timer on your refrigerator. It's a really easy repair. Let me show you how we do it. Now, before we begin this repair, the first thing we'll need to do is to disconnect power to the appliance. So either pull it far enough forward that you can unplug it, or locate the electrical panel and turn off the appropriate breaker, or remove the appropriate fuse. Once we've done that, we can start the repair. Next, we'll need to find the location of the defrost timer, and models that have controls mounted on single compartment refrigerators. Typically, you will find that defrost timer located behind the kick plate on the bottom or on the rear of the refrigerator itself. This particular model, the timer is located at the back, so our next step will be to pull that refrigerator out so that we can gain access. Now that we're at the back of the refrigerator, our next step will be to remove that access panel. We'll simply set that panel aside. Now on this model, the defrost timer is located behind this metal plate. You'll see the opening for the adjustment to advance that timer and two mounting screws that secure it to that plate. So to remove it, we're going to need to remove those two screws first and then reach in behind and pull it away. Now to remove that timer, we're going to first of all take these 2/4 inch hexhead screws out. Now once it's released, we'll have to reach in here and pull it out so that we can unplug it. But we need to be careful while working around this dryer and the capillary tube that comes off that. We don't want to damage that or create any sharp bends in it. So just reach in until you can get a hold of that timer and then carefully pull it out through the front. Until we can access that wire harness. Now typically that harness that connects to the timer is on there really tight, so you may need a flat blade screwdriver to help pry that off. And inspect the terminals of the old timer. If they show any signs of arcing or corrosion, you'll want to have a closer look at the actual connector itself, and if it's damaged, you'll need to repair that. So we simply need to take our new timer, and before we install it, we noted that there was an adjustment screw on the back of that will only turn in a clockwise direction. So before we put this in, we're going to rotate that until it goes through the defrost cycle. So using a large flat blade screwdriver, simply rotate it clockwise until you hear a click. That would indicate that it's in the defrost mode. Turn it a little bit more clockwise, and you hear another audible click, and that'll tell us it's back into the run mode. If your refrigerator appears to be completely frosted up, you may want to put that into the defrost mode and allow it to go through that cycle. If it's been unplugged for a bit, chances are it's already defrosted, so we can simply go right into the run mode. So now we'll reconnect that wire harness. Make sure it's pressed firmly onto the timer. And again, we're going to fit that in past that tubing, using caution that we don't damage or kink that, and then line it up so that we can install the mounting screws. So just position that timer against that bracket till the screw holes line up. And don't tighten that up until we have the second screw located. We can go ahead and tighten those up, and now we're ready to put the back panel back on. So we'll carefully fit that access panel into place. We'll begin by just putting one of the mounting screws in, and then make sure the rest of them line up. Now once we have that back panel in place, we're ready to reposition the refrigerator in the cabinets. Now we're ready to push the refrigerator back into place, reconnect the power, and your repair is complete.